IF25 just found out that my husband M28 has been texting, hanging out with, kissing, etc. high school girl. How do I handle this? I am shaking as I type this. Yesterday my husband went to the gym and I was staying home wrapping some Christmas presents, and his phone was on the table next to me. It vibrated 5 times in about 2 minutes. My husband and I are very open with each other about everything, so I didn't think he would mind if I just checked to make sure no one was hurt, because that's what my mind jumps to when I get a lot of texts or missed calls. I picked up his phone and went into his messages. I saw a thread of messages from someone titled Cheyenne and a badge with a 5 in it to show that there were 5 unread messages from this person. I was very confused because we didn't know a Cheyenne. I opened it and instantly my stomach flipped inside out. I can't remember the messages exactly, but it was something along the lines of this. Her I can't wait to see you're beautiful. Her face tomorrow 3. Her hee. Her oh should I bring anything. Her anything. I scrolled up and there were dozens and dozens of messages. Lots of you're so cute and I miss you from him to her and her to him. Then something caught my eye. He had said something like I just wish you were 18 and this would be so much easier. I really don't want to get caught with you. And she had replied only 2 more years baby. Stay with me. And he said I will. You are so amazing 3. I just started crying. My lover for 6 years was cheating on me. And I honestly felt my heart break when I read that. But what scared me was that this was a 16-year-old. And I couldn't imagine how he met her or how long this had been going on, and I was just freaking out. I paced around my house, crying and wondering what to do. I finally decided to call his best friend. I told him what I had seen and asked if he knew anything about it, holding back tears. He said, "Yeah, I am sorry. She hung out with us a few weeks ago. He told me that he really loves her. And you. I should have told you. I really should have. But I didn't want to stab my husband in the back." I pressed him for details and he basically said that my husband had always refused to say how they met, but that they had been seeing each other for a few months and they had definitely become very serious. He apologized over and over and said that he was very torn on what to do because he knew it was illegal, but she seemed mature for her age. I said, what about the fact that he cheated on me? Why wouldn't you tell me? And he basically said he wanted to, but he knew my husband better and it wouldn't have been right for him to do that, which I disagreed with, but whatever. He then asked me to leave him out of it and not tell my husband that he told me anything about it. He has been acting completely normal for the past few months, just going out a lot more, and showing a little less interest in taking me out and hanging out with me. I still haven't said anything yet, and I have been having trouble not crying every time he talks to me. Please help. I have no idea how to handle this. I know I should confront him, but what should I say? Should I stay with him or move out? Should I tell the police? Too long didn't read. My husband has been seeing a 16-year-old girl for a few months now and is in love with her. He has kept this completely secret from me. He is great to me, and it would ruin my life if I had to leave him. What should I do? Update. I know this update is only a day later, but I wanted to update you guys on what has happened so far, even though I didn't respond to any of the comments. I read all of them and they have helped me a lot. Thank you to everyone who took the time to read my story. This morning I quietly packed a backpack with essentials: makeup, blow dryer, tampons, underwear, a few shirts and pants, laptop, wallet, and all the cash I could find in our bedroom. While he made breakfast, we sat down to eat breakfast and I said, "I know about the girl you've been seeing." Silence. I waited and he finally said, "I am sorry." I told him that I couldn't believe it, and that I expected so much more of him. Then I told him that I was leaving, and got up to get my bag from our room. He started crying and was begging me not to go. I asked him why I shouldn't. He said that he would never talk to her again, that it was a huge mistake, and he just got carried away, that he was going to break it off soon anyways, that he loved me, blah blah blah. I told him to go duck himself and got in the car and drove to my parents' house. It was honestly so hard to walk away from him. I absolutely love him and I always will. It's such a shame because I know we would have been together forever. I wish he could have had more self-control, but I am trying to look at the positives, and the truth is, if he is stupid enough to do something like this, even if he hadn't, then he probably would have done something else stupid down the road. Maybe we just weren't meant to be together. When I got to my parents' house I asked to stay with them because I'd left my husband. My mum said of course, and I told her everything and turned into a blubbering mess. She told me I was perfectly right and I could stay as long as I wanted. I love my mom. Tomorrow I am going to call the non-emergency number of the police department and tell them anonymously because I live in Oregon and the age of consent is 18. I am very scared to do it, but my mum said she would sit with me while I did it, so I hope it'll go okay. I am probably going to get an apartment and divorce him in the near future, but I am just too tired, emotionally strained to deal with paperwork and all that stuff right now. I am going to wait until the holidays are over to tell all my close friends, because I really don't want them to worry about me, especially not on Christmas Day and all that. My husband has been calling and texting non-stop. This morning I just decided to turn my phone off because I didn't want to hear it. It's going to suck having the first Christmas in 6 years without him, but my sisters and my aunt and uncle are going to come over, so I am sure I'll have a great time. I am still considering what to do about the girl and her parents. I am assuming that the police will find out who she is and tell her parents. I don't think it's my place to intervene, although I do feel sorry for her. I know this is probably going to hurt her as well. I'll definitely update you guys if anything more happens. But right now I've just been sitting around trying not to cry and feeling numb without him. Nothing much is happening. Thanks again for all the advice. You guys are great. Too long didn't read. Left my husband, currently staying in the spare room in my parents' house, telling the police anonymously tomorrow. Good call on turning the phone off. The guy went so far as to introduce her to his buddy. Don't forget that. He wasn't keeping her a secret. It was just a secret from his wife. When you call the police, just be sure to stick to what you know. Don't embellish it or speculate. I am not trying to be a downer or diminish what you've done. Just stick to the facts is all. You go, girl. It takes strength to leave. It was hard leaving my ex after we lived together for over 7 years. But he was shady and lied and cheated and hurt me. And guess what? I deserved better. As do you. As much as you love him and as much as it hurts, you will get better. Life will be better and you will come out of this a better person because of the actions you took. Congrats and good luck. Stay strong and enjoy the holidays. Second story. My girlfriend F27 of 9 years is on a walk with another man M50S, and she doesn't know that I am 25 know the truth. Well, it is kind of a long story, but basically we have been together for 9 years now. She is a female, 27, and I am a male, 25. We have lived at this current apartment for about 6 months now. She started acting weird at the beginning of April. It was up and down. One day she would almost avoid me and the next day she would be loving and affectionate. The days she avoids me sure makes me feel like crap, because she says things to push me away, like she doesn't want me around her. Well, there has been this co-worker of hers who I believe is in his 50s. When I first learned of him, she made sure to note that they are just friends and that I wouldn't be jealous because he is old. Maybe she was being honest and just wanted to be only friends with him at first. Or she was playing me like I am an idiot. Who knows? Well, anyways, this last month has sucked to say the least. I thought maybe I haven't been giving her enough attention or something, so I started making sure we have been doing something, anything, together at least every other day or so. Basically tons of date nights all month long. On these dates she acts pretty normal and seems appreciative. But then soon after she is back to the ups and downs. Anytime I asked her what was wrong, she would just beat around the bush and just say she needed alone time. Now during the beginning of April she quit her job she had with that older co-worker for a new job that pays a lot better. Oh, and I should mention, that co-worker, he lives in the same apartment complex as us. Well, anyways, she has been spending a few hours about 2 days a week with him, either going on walks, going to his place for lunch to chat. I knew something was up. I've known her for too long to not know something was out of place. And this 50-year-old dude hanging out with a 20s girl is, well, creepy. At least it feels that way to me. Doesn't help my dad is a bit of a pervert in his early 50s. I just realized he's older than my father. Ugh. Well, anyways, I went to use her restroom once. We have 2 baths, sir. I kind of took the other one while I gave her the master bedroom bathroom and noticed a book on the floor, a secret diary she apparently had. Normally I would never read someone's diary, even my partner's, ever. But I've been so stressed this last month, I swear I am absolutely surprised I haven't lost all my hair. So I just took a peek at a random page, and that is where my fears were confirmed. In the diary she says basically she has feelings for this ex-co-worker of hers, and she has used this diary strictly for writing about every visit she has had with him, such as the walks she's been going on with him. It is how she feels about how it went and if he will ever see her as more than a friend. I knew something was going on, but reading this made my heart snap in two. In the middle of our relationship, I should mention we broke up for about 2 years and got back together 4 years ago. We were young and I just marked off us breaking up as us just her not knowing what she wanted because of us being young at the time. Now I feel like an idiot. Basically, from what I got from the diary, she wants to be with this older guy, but he isn't giving the signals she's looking for and seems to only want to be her friend. This guy's ex-wife cheated on him with another man and left him for this man. Strangely, he is friends with this other man his ex-wife is with now. He says he does it for his kids, but he also mentions he still loves her. That is what my girlfriend told me anyways. So maybe he isn't acting on her signals out of respect for me since he went through something similar. Who knows? Or maybe he really isn't interested. Either way, from what I read, it sounds like she doesn't want to leave me, though if she can't be with him. Sure feels good be second. Especially to a guy that could be her father. No offense to those with age gap relationships. If you are both happily in love, I am really glad for the both of you. Just sucks to be in this position. I guess I am kind of angry and my heart is a bit torn apart right now. So that is the situation. She is on a walk with him right now and I just couldn't take it anymore and had to tell someone. So I am here telling you guys and gals. I hope you have some good advice for me because man, I need it right now. The worst part right now is that I can't stand the thought of him touching her in ways only I have since I am the only relationship she has been in. I know it's weird, but thinking of the idea of him kissing her and everything is killing me. She could do so much better than him too. Not because he is older, but just the kind of guy he is. He is nice to her and I think she likes the attention, but I know this is just lust she is feeling and will fade real quick if they ever got serious. And I can see her getting hurt in the end. I should be mad at her and not care she will get hurt, but I still care deeply about her. So the fact she is basically cheating on me in my mind, the fact that this other guy would never treat her the right way, and the idea of him touching her is killing me. I am just a mess right now. Also, I made the big mistake of getting 3 joint credit cards filled with debt with her, so that'll be interesting if we break up again. I want to be with her today. I learned the day I die. Or at least I thought I did. But I have no idea how to repair this. I tried for a month being romantic and taking her all over to fun places and making sure she felt loved, and now I just feel like I have no choice but to stand aside or she gets mad at me complaining about smothering her. What to do? I feel like if I am blunt and bring it up with her, she will just panic and end the relationship. She'd be the type to do that. Sorry this came out so long. I did not plan for it to be this long. She is still on the walk, now it is dark out. My eyes are too watery and red to reread this for errors. Sorry if there are any. It sure is hard hiding this pain from her when she is around. Acting like everything is fine. Too long didn't read 27-year-old girlfriend of 9 years has crush on 50-year-old ex-co-worker. Been going on walks together since he lives in same apartment complex for past month. Found diary that said she has crush on him, but she isn't sure he wants to be more than friends. She doesn't know I know, and thinks I think they are only friends and that is all she wants to be with him. I want to stay with her, but she just pushes me away when I try to do stuff for her to make sure she feels loved. As suggested, I am going to copy and paste my updates here I made below. Hopefully I am doing this right. Update 1, kind of just more details about her childhood. In case it is relevant, she had a rough childhood. Her mum was crazy, like yelling at the wall and TV. She had some mental issues and refused to see a doctor. Her dad slept in a separate room because of this and he basically ignored her mother. Her mum would lash out verbally to her from time to time and she would have to use earplugs in the night so she couldn't hear her mom yelling at the TV or something. Her father has apologized recently to her about how he tried to ignore the way her mother was acting. So not sure if she sees this older man as a father figure or something. In fact, she told me later after we got back together that the phone call I answered when she called me right before we got back together when she was all crying. She was seriously thinking about committing suicide and talking to me saved her life. Apparently she locked herself in her bathroom for almost 3 days. Ever since she moved out here with me, she never got depressed again. Now that she was away from the toxic home situation she had. Update 2, she just sent me a text saying I am gonna hang out for a bit longer. Is that okay? I am sure they are hanging out at his place. Too late to be chilling on a random bench. Thanks again for all the replies. I'll keep you guys updated on what happens. I am gonna try to take the advice here and confront her if she gets home anytime soon. Update 3, well, here is the update. She got home all cheery and calling me sweetie like nothing is wrong. She ran off to the bathroom before I could say anything, which I am assuming was to go and use her bathroom diary. When she came out, I told her we have to talk. I started to ask her questions, giving her a chance to fess up, and she admitted that there were some problems, and I told her we are going to sit down and talk about it tomorrow. I think she was surprised how serious I sounded and didn't expect it. I felt really angry when I saw her come in, which surprised me. I am not an angry person at all in the least bit, and realized I need to collect my thoughts. I told her we are talking soon as we wake up in the morning. She's sleeping on the couch right now. I have the journal with me now and will show it to her when we get up. This should be interesting. Thank you for all the advice. I was really upset at first and my self-respect to go down the toilet, even started giving myself what ifs like if I could have done something different to prevent this. I am glad I am settling this now and not dreading it for who knows how long, hoping for it to fix itself. I'll update you all really soon if you're still around in the morning. I am sure I am going to need some advice after we talk. Edit, I am not sure if I should look and see her newest entry from today. Not sure I want to know. I have a pretty good idea already what I am going to say to her now. I've pretty much accepted what is going on now. Update 4. I barely got any sleep and stayed up really late because of all this. I am really tired, but I was going to confront her about it anyways right then. But when I started to ask her the questions and she admitted finally that something was up, I think she realized I knew something. I could feel myself getting angry because I trusted her so much, and as stupid as this sounds, I didn't want to say anything I'd regret. My head hurts and it is hard to think clearly right now. She knows I am upset and that I am serious, so she stopped trying to beat around the bush and is realizing the reality of everything I believe. If she tried to dodge my questions, I probably would have said that's it right then and there, but she was forward with me. I feel like some sleep will do me good, and I think I already feel better. Enough since I started to confront her about it that I can actually rest a bit. I think I'll be able to say everything I want to clearly tomorrow. It'd be nice if we could remain friends after all this, being we had so much history together including prom, but I just don't know right now if I can do that. I think that is what hurts most of all. I really feel like you all helped me confront her with this. Thank you so much. I'll let you know how tomorrow goes. Update 5. I read it. Basically says he is moving in 2 months and he wants her to be his roommate. She asked him if he thought they could ever be more than friends, and he said yes. He also said to her that he was really close to kissing her, and he said he was very attracted to her. Then she goes on to say that everything she wanted to happen or hear happened, and finishes it with now what? This is a lot to process. Had a feeling it was something like this, being she was gone for so long on a walk. Well, I guess this just solidifies everything, and there was no hope, and it is time for me to move on. Trying to stay strong now. I knew I was pretty much ending it, but still hard to read this. Why him of all people? I feel a bit nauseous. I guess I gave him too much credit thinking he was being respectful of my situation. But I guess if it wasn't him it would have been someone else. I just wish she was single for a while. Somehow I feel that would have helped me get through this. Edit, she mentioned that he said he had a roommate for 4 months once and it was at FWB situation and he preferred that more than a relationship. I have a feeling he's having similar ideas with her now. I don't know if I should try to help her realize this or just focus on getting out of this situation and leave her to figure it out. Update 6. Wow, this post got a ton of comments. I'll make this mini update then start reading these replies. So I just woke up and she is still sleeping. I think I am glad I slept first. My head feels a ton better. But now I have so much going on in my mind. I guess what I am wondering is exactly what to ask her. I am gonna start reading some replies and post again. Someone mentioned last night to update the main post with all the updates. I guess I'll copy and paste my comment updates up there. Thank you everyone. I really appreciate the help. Update 7. I read all the posts and man, there is a lot to take in and a lot of really good advice. She is still sleeping, which I can't believe, being 5 PM already. She goes into work at 11 PM. She starts her new night shift, so maybe she is trying to make her new sleep schedule or something. First off, I saw this whole her being a virgin thing got quite a response. When we were first together we got really close to doing it, but it started to hurt too much before anything got in. And she panicked and it stopped right there. We always planned to return to it and try again, but she has always just been too scared. She has like super sensitive skin. You can poke her in the arm and it hurts quite a bit to her, so I don't know if that has something to do with it. I've tried to get her to see a gyno, she never has, but every time she got close to going she chickened out because she thought the thing they insert was going to hurt too much, and she is also super shy about being touched. If someone touches her she jumps. It took a month or so before she was comfortable enough with me to touch her like normal couples do. Well, anyways, before we got another chance to try again, that was when our break of 2 years happened. Then we got back together. Her mom hit her in the arm during an argument when her mom was having an episode of mental instability. I had her drive down to where I live and she moved in with me when I was living with my parents. It is a condo that is separated for a room mate, I guess. Even your own water heater and thermostat. I got pretty sick for quite a while, Crohn's to be precise. After a year or so I finally got it under control, and happy to say I've been healthier than ever since. Then we focused on getting our own place, saving up to move into the place we are in today. We brought up the idea of tax quite a few times while saving up money, and we would buy a new bottle of lube each time they kept expiring. But she really just kept getting too scared. I don't consider myself a very sexual person, but I wouldn't mind tax either for sure. My left hand was my FWB. LOL. So I just never really pushed her hard for it. We made it kind of a prize to get our own place together and we would do it then. Which looking back I think was just more of an excuse to put it off, and she was still scared of it mentally. 6 months into our new place and we still haven't. I just figured eventually she would be ready. Maybe go see that gyno and we would try it. Heck, I thought she wasn't going anywhere, so what was the hurry? And the idea of waiting for marriage popped up a few times, but it was just more of an excuse to put it off. And no, I am not religious in any way whatsoever. Neither is she really. Maybe just some spiritual beliefs. Her parents are kind of Christian, and the rest of her family is super Christian. I guess her family used to live in a village in China before they came over to the US. She, however, was born in the US, and it sounds like it was quite a Christian village. But her herself is not religious at all really. Well, anyways, she is still sleeping and getting ready to say what I need to say. I am basically gonna tell her to sit down at the dining room table and we are gonna talk. Then I am gonna ask her what is going on, and I can tell something is wrong, and hopefully she starts spilling the beans. I am going to ask her why she has feelings for this man, and then I am going to ask her where we go from here. Well, that is what I got so far. We will see where it goes. I have a feeling I am going to start crying when I start talking to her about this. Do you think that is a bad thing, or should I be trying to act tough? I really don't know if I'd be able to if I wanted to. Edit, by the way, I don't know if this matters, but we do have rings and we were planning on getting married, but we just wanted to make sure we had enough money to have a nice one and it wasn't super important to be married. As long as we were together, that is all that seemed to matter to us at the time. Heck, we even talked about possible kids in the future, but again wanted to make sure we were financially stable with a house we owned before considering it. Update 8. Damn it. I finally built up my courage to face this and she shut down and refused to talk about it. She wants to wait today. I learned she gets back from work and doesn't want to do it 2 hours before she has to leave for her first day of training at night shift. I told her to talk about it now and she refused and went to go get ready. I am leaving to my cousin's right now. I'll use the computer there to read any more replies here. I am too mad upset to stick around while she gets ready for work. Edit, clarifying that I will still be here on cousin's computer to read reply to more replies. Update 9. Hey all. Sorry for leaving you all hanging yesterday. I will be making an update really soon here. We had a hell of a talk, and it was a damn good one. That is for sure. I totally had it planned out to go in my head one way, but as I started to talk I realized a lot about myself and it went a whole other direction. Are we staying together as a couple? No, we are not. I will give you all the details really soon, but we've been talking all day and my eyes really hurt right now. I am going to shower and I'll be back in a few hours for the full update. Again, thank you all so very much. You may all be internet strangers, but I feel like you are all close friends to me in some weird way now, because you all helped me get through this and to actually bring it up to her. Otherwise I might have kept it balled up and pretending everything was okay. Thank you. Update 10. Okay, for the full update now. Well, I put off the talk yesterday. I was going to tell her soon as she got home, but as it approached I started analyzing our relationship and how I personally felt about it. With this whole old dude situation aside, I realized I wasn't really happy myself. While we have a ton in common and I love her so much, our relationship really wasn't working the more I thought about it. I think a lot of it has to do with the difference in maturity between us. I was never treated with much respect and the affection you would expect someone you're in a relationship to have for you just wasn't there. It hit me then that we make much better friends. As hard as it is for me to admit this, we have so much history with each other and we have so much in common, we really wanted it to work. I realize now that I deserve much better. I am always looking out on how to help others and so focused on what others want that I never really looked at what I want. And looking back, I wasn't treated the way one should be, especially in a relationship. I went in the bedroom and saw she was awake. I laid down and asked her about her day. I asked her if she wants to talk about what is going on and she replied with no while looking away from me. I ask again and she quickly replies again with no. We laid there for about 5 minutes quietly and then she starts bawling. I start tearing up a bit. She asked how long I knew something wasn't right and I told her a month ago I could tell something was up with her. Which she replies with, you know me so damn well, and I said I know. I explained what I realized and she agreed with everything I had to say. We both laughed a bit while passing the tissue back and forth. We talked about what we want in life and she realizes now that she needs to focus on herself, what she wants to achieve and where she wants to be. I helped her realize that she is trying to fill the void of being unhappy with herself with a relationship, and that she needs to achieve where she wants to be in life. Then share that with a partner, rather than trying to use a partner to fill it. So we are giving our 2 months notice to the apartment complex and moving out. We are going to try to remain friends, but we will see how that works out. I feel sad that it couldn't work out, but excited for what the future holds for me. I am going to focus a lot more on me now and hopefully be able to share my accomplishments with someone I truly love and who truly loves me. I am content. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, Reddit. You guys and gals are awesome. Edit just wanted to note that we both decided that neither of us are going to get into a relationship anytime soon, and we are both going to start focusing on our lives to better ourselves first. Thanks for watching. Consider subscribing for more videos.